being in New York at that very moment and signed me up, I wouldn't be here right now.
Wow.
And it was her goal to be a singer as well, too. But she actually took the makeup route, and she's the makeup artist for a lot of celebrities in Hollywood right now.
Oh, okay.
She does will.i.am's makeup. She's helped the Black Eyed Peas out a lot.
Wow.
A lot. She works on set for a lot of films and TV shows as well. So she's doing very well. And every time I go back to the States, if I'm in the LA, San Francisco area, she does my makeup as well.
That's incredible. Now, okay, so I know that there was also a moment after you signed a contract and then you almost didn't come to Korea. There was something that happened.
The car crash.
Yes. You had a car accident in the States after you signed a contract.
That
with
was the
this
immature
company.
Brian Jew, who should have been wiser back then. But it was after my very first moment on stage. 인순이 선배님, she actually performed in Atlantic City. She came to New Jersey, and they were short on back dancers. So the casting director called me and he goes, "Hey, 인순이 선배님 is in town. Would you be willing to dance for her?" I was like, it's like, wow, you know, who's gonna say no to that? So I was like, okay.
Because she's got soul.
Exactly.
You know?
They only gave us 2 hours of practice.
You were a back dancer
Yeah.
for Inzuni.
Just for that one moment in the States. So we did it. We stayed up all night, learning, watching the videos, doing the dance, got to dance with her. And I'm still pumped, you know, I'm young, excited, adrenaline just pumping through my veins.
You want to do backflips.
And then after the performance, I was still so, you know, in the moment that I couldn't fall asleep. So that night I called all my friends, like, hey, guess where I just came from? I just came from dancing for Insuni, all this stuff, and, you know, like, trying to, like, you know, show off and all that stuff.
That's right,
And then my one...
In New Jersey.
Exactly, because there's not that many Korean singers that come to South Jersey. And then my one friend, she calls me up, and she was stuck at her other friend's house, and she's like, Oppa, can you drive me back home?
Right.
And this was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. And I didn't think I was tired at all because I was still pumped and, you know, my adrenaline's all...
I mean, dance for Inzuni.
Exactly. Who actually gets that opportunity?
That's
you know?
right. I can see your mom right now. 우리 아들 브라이언이.
My mom was very proud.
Yeah.
But this was after my parents went to sleep, so I snuck out of the house. This is my junior year in high school. Snuck out with my mom's car. Picked up my friend, dropped her off at her house. And at that point, I realized, oh, now I'm tired.
Okay.
But I thought, it's only a 10-minute drive to my house.
Yeah.
Within that 10 minutes, I fell asleep behind the wheel and crashed into a tree. Huge tree.
You had a car accident? Like, you fell asleep?
It was my fault. It was reckless driving.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
And you crashed into a tree.
I woke up literally 6 hours later. Because that road literally has, like, no cars.
Yeah.
And the one thing I don't get is, I call this person my guardian angel because this person pulled me out of the car.
Yeah.
Had me, like, literally holding me like I was his own child. And when the cops and the police came...
So you actually had this car accident and you passed out?
Yeah, I passed out. So I was in and out. My memory was, like, really shaky at the moment. And the cops came and was like, can you explain to me what happened? And I remember the guy goes, shh, I'll do all the talking.
Wow.
And he did the talking. I remember going back to sleep. I, like, passed out, woke up in the hospital. The guy was never spoke of or mentioned at all again. What? So I don't know what happened exactly at that moment. But if that person is watching this right now, thank you very much. He literally saved my life.
He saved your life, and you don't know who this person is.
I don't know who the person is. And my mom's car was almost about to blow up. If I was still in that car, I wouldn't be here right now.
And so in this hospital bed, you're thinking all kinds of thoughts?
I was thinking, where am I? What happened? Is this a dream? Am I not going to be able to go to Korea now to do the singing thing? Are my parents going to disown me? And the last, I was like, wait, where's that guy who pulled me out of the car? And nobody mentioned him.
Wow.
So.
And so, I mean, were you physically okay after a while?
I couldn't walk for a month.
So you probably thought...
That's the main reason why I was scared about not being able to come to Korea.
So here you signed a contract, you got in this car accident, you couldn't walk, you're in the hospital. You must have completely
I cried every day.
Tears.
I cried pretty much every day. I was sorry to my parents, of course, because I was a very immature, you know, son of theirs. And then on top of that, my dad, he really helped me out because the crash is so bad that bits and pieces of the glass from the actual windshield were actually still in my arms and my shoulders. My dad would stay up every day with a safety pin and pull every single shard of glass out of my arms and my shoulders. And I remember that moment, I cried, and my dad was like, why are you crying? But I lied to him. I said, I cried because I wanted to go to Korea so bad, but in my heart and my mind, I was crying because I felt the love of my dad. I was like, wow, this is what father to son relationship really is.
Standing next to you, I mean, trying to pull out, I can't even imagine how.
Is you gonna cry?
I'm gonna cry, yes.
The host of the show is going to cry.
Because it was such an important moment for you that you probably, you know, not being able to, here you signed a contract and you weren't able to come, but here's this moment, father and son, and you were going through all this, and then after that, you were finally able to come.
Finally able to come, I started walking again. Yeah, and till this day, you know, I thank my dad for everything. Me being able to speak Korean.
Yeah.
Him sitting there and taking the time out. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Sitting there and pulling out the shards of glass that came out were like microscopic.
Oh my goodness.
You know, my dad's sitting there popping them out, blood just squirting everywhere. And, you know,
and all from a
best
car
friends
accident
won't even do that for each other.
Yeah, the windshield just breaking into you.
And for my dad to do that for me, it really touched me. And I was like, wow, my dad really loves me. And my mom, I remember one night came in when I was about to go to sleep, and she's like, you should be very grateful for your father.
Yeah.
He loves you so much. Even after he would do this, like take the glass out of my arm, she said that one time he'd go in the room and he'd start crying. So I was like, wow, that's real love.
You know, you have this wonderful voice. It has to come from somewhere. And I hear that your mother actually sang in Korea.
My mother actually came out with a single when she was 17.
Wow.
And only if I had that record, I would have brought it to Korea, even on the show. But my mom, after I found the record one time, we were actually cleaning out the house.
Yeah.
And she had to hit it
And she never
behind.
told you about this?
She never mentioned it to anybody in her family. And then I was moving a box, and all of a sudden this record vinyl thingy just falls. I'm like, what is this? And I look at it, and I'm like, okay, it looks like my mom. I was like, Mom, what's this? And she's like, where did you find this? And I was like, I was cleaning your room with you, and I found it behind the box. And she takes it, and she hid it somewhere where I found it again.
Okay.
And then when she went to work one day, I listened to it, and it was my mom's voice. And I was like, my mom was a singer. Wow. And if she tells me I can't be a singer, oh no. That's what I was thinking. And then after that day, she hid it so well that still I cannot find the disc.
Did you ever get to listen to
I
what
actually
album?
listened to the song.
What kind of song was it?
It was trot, trot music, but it was like a trot ballad. And it was funny to me. It wasn't moving or emotional. It was just very funny to me. I was like, wow, my mom's voice is on a vinyl record.
And
cool.
so what's your mom's name?
She used an actual fake name at the time.
Okay.
She used her real last name because my mom's last name, her maiden name is Yun. But her actual name, I don't remember the actual name on the disc.